I'm here with Phil Moyer, who is a District 1 candidate for Modesto City Council. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me here today. This is kind of neat. We got a nice weather day here with a breeze.
It's
and
beautiful.
It's not 102. I love it.
How long have you lived here in Modesto, and how long have you thought about running for public office?
My family came here from Pennsylvania in 1959. We lived in, in Escalon, Riverbank, and Modesto from 1959 through my graduation from high school in 1965. Then I went into the United States Air Force, served 8 years, came back, bought a home in Modesto, and I've lived continuously since November 1973 in Modesto. I first started thinking about running for politics or getting involved in politics about 3 years ago. And I was looking at Dennis Cardoza coming up again for re-election, and not seeing anybody that was stepping up at that point. I started putting out feelers, started studying more and learning and finding out. As a Tea Party person, I knew I had support from the Tea Party group. But when I found out he was going to have to spend about $250,000, I thought that's not something that I could even try to approach. Even with a lot of contributions, I'm not going to hit that kind of numbers. Plus, he's got the organization already built in the state of California. They just busload a bunch of people in, and his area is covered. He can stay in Virginia with his horses, and it won't matter. So that was when I first started thinking about politics. Then this year, a group from Turlock, which is my home Tea Party group, had talked to some Republicans on the Central Committee in Merced County and Modesto, Stanislaus County, and they suggested that I look into doing it. So I talked to my wife, we sat down, because I know for her it's a huge lifestyle change. And we decided to go for it. I was encouraged, and then got to meet some of the people on the Central Republican Committee who encouraged me and sat me down and helped me to learn what was going on and what to expect. And that's when I decided we were going to go for it. Then we went kind of on our own since then, learning as we go. And then just recently, knowing how John has really been doing a good job getting out, we hired a campaign person. A young kid, Jeff Perrine, who has done campaigns in the area, ran for office himself. And he has been just a godsend since he's taken over in the last week, because it was last Thursday. We met him Wednesday, agreed for him to do it on Thursday. And in the last week is when we got those endorsements. He set me up with appointments with different people to meet, and has just opened the door for me to get out and talk to people. And had I not been at the meeting where my wife met you, I wouldn't even be here. So so he has done an outstanding job. I really am thankful that he's directing, and I'm trying to listen to everything he tells me to do.
Have you recently received any endorsements, or are you currently looking for endorsements?
I've got the Latino Community Roundtable endorsement, which was a very big shock to me. And then I found out that I was at a meeting today for the school board, and I had several of the group come up and want to walk precincts for me, because they said, we're endorsing you, we want to support you. And it was like, wow, I can't, and they know I'm a Tea Party person. But we've been able to talk, and the idea is to break down the walls that the national organizations have built up between us. We need to break those down, and we need to work. We're neighbors. We all belong in the same neighborhood. We work District 1, we play in District 1, we spend our money in District 1. We need to get along. And they recognized that I was sincere when I said that.
Well, it sounds like you have...
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Also...
He's a real politician.
Actually, Dave Gear, current city councilman, has officially endorsed me, as well as the Stanislaus County Republican Central Committee. Just did that 2 nights ago.
So, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm very proud. The one that surprised me the most was the Latino community, which I thought was awesome. And then, of course, being a lifelong Republican, and then to have the Republican Party endorse me, knowing I'm a Tea Party guy, was very encouraging to me. And they've all been very helpful. The city council members, no matter what party, as well as the Central Republican Party. Well, I think the one thing that I think we need to understand is that the city council is not there to provide jobs for people. They're there to provide services to the citizens at the least cost that we can have, and still have quality police officers, quality firemen, and quality people working. I think the ideas of outsourcing the plaza area, if we can save $500,000 or $250,000, then it's worth it. If it's going to be a 50-50 deal, then no. Why would we outsource it when we have jobs and people doing it? But I think another spot they were talking about was a sewage plant, outsourcing that. Now that could save us, possibly as much as $500,000. Well, $500,000 going back into the general fund is going to help the police, the fire people, which is who needs the help more than anybody else right now, as far as employees. But as far as the outsourcing, I think we need to be able. We have facilities in Modesto that are as good as any in the area. Gallo Center is nationally known. We have softball facilities. We have soccer facilities. We have parks that have clubhouses sitting empty every day. But we can't rent them to anybody unless they're a nonprofit organization. Why can't we open that up to citizens come in? They need to have the liability insurance, and just like everybody else, but they could rent those. We could actually start generating money at least to maintain them. We don't have to turn a profit. If we could just break even on maintaining them, we're saving the city money. So those are ideas that I like to see presented, that I see already being utilized with the organization of the golfing group, the organization of Mary Grogan Park. Those are the directions I want to go. That's why I want to be part of this city council to continue that going.
Very good. Thank you very much for coming out today.
Thank you, Athens.
And
it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for the interview, and I look forward to seeing you at a future forum.
Okay, great. I will show up at every one they invite me to. Thank you.
I am Athens Abell, on watch at Vintage Fair Mall with Phil Moyer, candidate for City Council District 1.